Hey yogis, welcome to Thursday. In today's practice, we're going to be doing vinyasa style. So we'll be doing a lot more standing poses and a lot more core engagement. After the 30-minute flow, then we'll be closing practice down with pranayama breathwork, as well as a guided meditation. So all you need today is your mat, as well as a couple of blocks if you have them, and that's it. Let's begin. So we'll start today in a comfortable seat. Hero's pose or cross-legged, whatever's more comfortable for you. Place your hands on your thighs and close down the eyes. Bring your attention right to the breath. And allow the breath to pull you into the present moment. Knowing that you have the next 45 minutes or so devoted just to yourself. Slowly start to slow down the breath. Give yourself a moment to arrive on the mat and set your intention for your practice. And keep in mind, it doesn't have to be something physical. And then bring your palms together, hands at the heart. And begin to interlace your hands as you send your hands away from you. You can blink open your eyes and watch if you'd like. Start to round the back. Tuck the chin to the chest. And reach your hands as far forward as you can. And then reach your arms up over your head towards the sky. Find some length in the spine. The crown of the head reaches up. Then release the hands, interlace them behind your back. And then send the chest forward. Maybe the chin tips up towards the sky. And release the hands, bring them back together, palms together, hands at the heart. Now we'll continue with those 4 poses, those 4 movements, but we'll start to connect them a little bit more with the breath. So inhale here, palms together. As you exhale, interlace, send the hands forward, round the back. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky, big breath. And exhale, release the hands, interlace behind the back, send the chest forward. And inhale, palms together, hands at the heart. We'll take 2 more rounds of this on your own. And just connecting each inhale with each exhale. And letting the breath pull you into the pose. Instead of forcing the pose and letting the breath follow along, we meet back together, palms at the heart. Take your time to get there as we engage our ujjayi breath, our yogi breath, by constricting the air in the back of the throat. We start to create that gentle sound of the ocean. And using this breath helps us slow down our poses, slow down our pace. And it allows the breath to lead the way into the movements. If at any point you start to lose your breath throughout this practice, or you notice that ujjayi has gone away, then I invite you to take a quick child's pose, or just come to a seat, catch your breath, or even pause the video, and then join back again in the practice whenever you're ready. As you blink open the eyes, come into a tabletop. We'll start with the wrist warm-up. So first I'd like you to tuck your toes under, sit back towards the heels, stretch out the feet. and then shift forward, come up over the wrists, keep the arms straight, and then send it back towards the heels. Move forward and back a few times. You shouldn't feel any pain or sharpness. It should just feel like a nice, gentle stretch. And now come back to neutral in the spine. Send the fingers out towards the edges of your mat, and then bring the wrists just a couple inches away from each other. Again, keep the arms straight, and then start to shift forward on the inhale. As you exhale, make that circle around towards the heels, and inhale back up to the front. Take 3 more circles in this direction. And then switch directions on the circle, and 4 circles this way. So just move slowly here, go easy on the wrists. There's a lot of weight-bearing movements in a yoga class, especially vinyasa. So we want to make sure that the wrists are warmed up. Once you've finished that 4th round, then meet back in neutral spine. Come onto the backs of the hands, the fingertips point towards the knees. And then slowly start to sit back towards the heels. The wrists will probably lift up off the mat. It's perfectly normal. We're anatomically designed that way. Maybe rock a little left and right. And if you don't feel the stretch here in the wrist, then you can just slide your hands a little bit farther away from the knees, and then again sit back towards the heels. And then shake out the wrists. Try to stay on your toes if you can. Give your feet that extra little stretch. And then we meet back in a tabletop. So you're going to stay on your toes for this one. And then start to round the back. Push the ground away. Get your shoulder blades as far away from each other as you can. And then slowly start to lift the knees up just 1 inch. So we call this turbo cat. Now, without actually moving anything, imagine pulling your toes closer to your wrists. So you start to feel your core engage and warm up. So we use our core for just about everything in a physical asana yoga practice. So it's really good to warm it up first thing. Make sure it's active, so we can continue to move in a safe way in the body. Take 2 more breaths here. It's okay if you start to shake. I'm shaking too. And then lift the knees, downward dog. Begin to pedal out your legs. Wake up the hamstrings. And then find some stillness here in your downward dog. It's okay to keep the knees slightly bent as you continue to push the ground away. Try to get that straight line from your hips down to your wrists. And whenever your hands are making contact with the ground, try to press down mostly with the inside of the hands, the base of the index finger, the base of the thumb. So you take the pressure off the outside cartilage of the wrist. Now begin to walk your hands towards the back of the mat. Forward fold, interlace your hands behind your back, send them up over your head. Maybe bend one knee and bend the other. And then release your hands back down to the ground. Take an inhale, halfway lift, hands come to the shins. And exhale, forward fold. Take 2 more, inhale, halfway lift, big breath. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, the heart reaches forward. And exhale, fold. Big bend in the knees as you roll up all the way to standing, 1 vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last thing to rise, arms reach. palms touch. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. And exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat, downward dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Come up high on the ball of the left foot, shift forward, right knee to nose. Hold it here, round the back. Flex the right foot silently, step it between the hands. Set down the left knee for half splits. So untuck the left toes, start to straighten the right leg. You might need to walk your right heel forward a few inches. So ideally you have that left hip stacked on top of the left knee. Maybe windshield wiper the right foot, left and right. And just explore how that feels in all three major muscles of your hamstring, not just one. And then start to rebend the right knee for a low lunge. Arms reach up towards the sky. As you exhale, shift the hips forward and down and send all the energy out the fingertips. You're really reaching the hands up towards the sky. Keep the ribs cinched in. And then exhale, release hands down for pyramid pose. You step your left foot forward, both legs are straight, but you have a micro bend in the right knee. That left heel is all the way down on the ground, so if you notice that the left heel is lifted, then your stance is probably a little bit too wide. So you're going to want to bring your left foot forward a few inches so that the left heel can lower down. Once you're there, inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, forward fold. 2 more breaths. Nice and slow. As you inhale, start to shift forward, warrior 3 prep. Left foot floats up off the ground. You could either keep your fingertips down on the ground or place your hands on a couple of blocks. Your choice here. Either way, left leg is completely straight. Did you hear that? Oh. A little lift in the chest, so you're not collapsing the chest down towards the quad. And then with the strength of the right leg, you come up to standing for standing pigeon. So palms together. You can actually bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh first. That left foot is flexed. You're protecting the muscles and the tendons in the left knee. And then palms together, you can lift the chest up. See if you can sit the hips a little bit lower. If you need a little more balance here or stability, you can also reach your arms out to your sides. Take 2 more breaths here. I know your right quad is cooking. Stick with it. And then as you release the left ankle off, you're going to cross the left ankle behind the right. Keep a micro bend in both knees as you forward fold. Let the head hang down. Then inhale, halfway lift. Start to slide your left foot off the right side of your mat. Come onto the knife edge of both feet. Left fingertips stay on the ground. Option here to bring your right hand either to your low back, or you could reach it straight up to the sky. So your choice there. Either way, we're coming into a bit of a twist in the upper body. What we're focusing on here is stretching our outer right hip as well as our right IT band. So it's going to look a little bit different for each person. This pose is a little funky, so just make it work for you. And the gaze comes back down towards the ground, both fingertips down on the ground. You're going to step your left foot to the back of the mat, spider lunge. Left leg is bent, right leg is straight. Right toes up towards the sky. Find some relief in the right quad. And then move towards the front of the mat for lizard lunge. So both hands come inside the right foot. You can heel toe your right foot to the right edge of your mat. And then gently start to rock the hips. And just move in a way that feels good for you. Now you're going to keep your left palm down on the ground. As you start to reach your right arm forward in front of you, you're going to shift forward, balance the weight, step that left leg through, extend the left leg straight out. See if you can hold it here for a moment, maybe even touch your left toe to your right pinky. Continue to lift, push the ground away, and then gently set the hips down, come onto your back. Left leg shoots straight up towards the sky. Right leg is also straight, but it's sending forward towards the wall in front of you. So keep that right leg hovering above the ground, and then reach your hands towards your left foot. As you exhale, lift. Shoulders come up off the ground, core is engaged. Inhale, lower, 4 more. Exhale, lift, and lower. 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna hold here at the top, so both legs are straight, core is nice and strong, shoulders are lifted. Last breath. Slowly lower down, rebend the right leg, right sole of the foot touches down on the ground, kick that left leg forward. Left palm comes down on the ground as you lift the hips back up. We're going right back where we came to lizard lunge. Step that left leg back and gently set down the left knee. And we'll take a quad stretch here with the left leg. So you could either just keep both hands down on the ground or on a couple of blocks. You can just start to bend the left thigh, either hold it here, or if you can reach around and grab onto the pinky side edge of your left foot, then you can begin to pull the heel towards the glute. Whatever variation you took, what we're targeting here is to stretch our left quad. So just make the pose work for you. If you had the foot held, then gently release. Back to lizard lunge. That left knee lifts off. And then inhale, right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, lift, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, lift, 3-legged dog. Move the breath. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold it here. Then flex the foot, step it between the hands, rise up strong to warrior 3. So keep that left leg straight as you start to extend the right leg. Either palms together, hands at the heart, or you can reach them up over your head. So we're trying to get that straight line from the crown of the head to the left heel. So you really have to use a lot of engagement in the back to keep the chest lifted. Now start to bend the right knee, and the left knee is going to come behind it as you come into a seat. So the left knee is going to come outside the right ankle. And then you'll reach behind you with the right hand for a seated twist. So left arm up to the sky as you inhale to lengthen first. And then exhale, either hook the tricep outside the right thigh. You could also just hold on to the knee. The gaze comes towards the back of the mat. With each inhale, feel that lift in the spine, the length between each vertebrae. And each exhale, you relax into the twist just a little bit more. As you release the twist, gaze comes back towards the front of the mat. We're all going to meet back in a warrior 3 where we came from, but see if you can get there without using the hands. Move slowly through the transition. Once you're there, lock it in. Drop right into the pose. Slowly start to rise up to standing, maybe without touching your left foot on the ground as we come into tree pose. So you can grab onto your left ankle, place it either inside the right thigh. You could also just place it on the inner calf. You could also just kickstand the foot and keep the toes down on the ground. So there's lots of options here. What we're focusing on is just to open up the left hip. So the height of the left foot is not nearly as important as opening the hip. So as long as you don't place your left foot on the knee, either above or below, is perfectly fine. Once you're there, keep a little micro bend in the right knee. Engage the core. Press the hands together. Feel your pecs engage. And then focus your gaze straight ahead or a spot on the floor. And bring all of your attention to that point. And then all together, inhale, arms to the sky, left knee comes to the chest, big breath. And exhale, step the left foot back, runner's lunge. Both hands touch down. And then start to come onto the knife edge of the left foot. Side plank on the left, right arm reaches up to the sky. There's a little lift in the hips, almost like a rainbow arch with the body, so you're not sinking the hips down. You're really using your external obliques on the left side to keep your hips lifted. Last breath. And exhale, follow the right hand all the way down to plank. Clean it up here. Feet are hip distance apart. Push the ground away. Shift forward, come up high on the toes, either knees up or down. We're going to lower down halfway, chaturanga. So shoulders do not come lower than the elbows. Inhale, lift, upward dog. Keep the glutes engaged. Then engage the core, lift the hips, downward dog. We're here for about 5 breaths. So settle into the pose, maybe take a quick child's pose if you like, or practice some handstand hops. Your choice here. Inhale, left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Start to lift the right heel up as you exhale, left knee to nose. Round the back, hold here. Flex the left foot, step it between the hands. For half splits, gently set down the right knee. Come onto the toes of the back foot. And maybe walk your left heel forward a few inches. An option here again to windshield wiper that left leg. We always encourage these micro movements in these poses because it allows us to explore our end range and helps us develop that awareness of where we're at in our bodies so we can reduce risk of injury. Start to rebend the left knee, low lunge. Both arms reach up to the sky. Just 3 breaths here, so make it good. Send the hips forward and down. Feel that stretch in the front right hip flexor. Cinch in the ribs. The biceps come close to the ears. Release the hands down to the ground for pyramid pose. Step that right foot forward. Both heels down on the ground. And last breath here. We meet in Warrior 3 prep. Right foot slowly floats off. We have a tendency in Warrior 3s to stack the hips, so try to resist that. See if you can lower your right hip down so that it's the same height as the left. You might need to give a little more bend in the left knee in order to do that. Then as you inhale, come up to standing for standing pigeon. Grab onto the right ankle, gently rest it on the left thigh. Keep the right foot flexed, palms together, hands at the heart. As you exhale, sit the hips a little lower, and inhale, lift the chest just a little higher. Try to find a little bit more of a neutral back, so you're not tucking the tailbone under or sending the butt back too far. Take 2 more breaths here. As you release, cross the right ankle behind the left, forward fold. A little bend in both knees, especially the right one, so you're not forcing any hyperflexion in the legs. Let the head hang heavy. As you inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, slide the right foot off the left side of the mat, come onto the knife edge of both feet. Your right fingertips are down on the ground. Options here for the left hand, either at the low back or to reach straight up to the sky. Gaze comes back down towards the ground as you step your right foot to the back of the mat, spider lunge. So right leg is bent, left leg is straight. And then walk your hands forward to the front of the mat, lizard lunge. Heel toe your left foot to the left side edge of the mat. And then slowly move the hips around. And then keep the right palm of your hand down on the mat. The left arm is going to reach forward ahead of you, and then step the right leg through. We're here for 3 breaths. So as you push the ground away, try to get your hips as high as you can. So you're really engaging your external obliques on the right side, and you're pushing up out of your right shoulder socket. Slowly lower the hips down, come onto your back. Right leg shoots up to the sky, left leg straight forward, hovering above the ground. And then reach towards your right foot as the shoulders lift off. Exhale. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. And lower. Take 3 more. Last one, and then hold at the top. So both legs are straight. You're reaching towards that right foot as much as you can. And you're trying to shrink the space between your last rib and your pelvis. So the shoulders are lifted, core is engaged. And slowly lower the shoulders down, rebend the left leg, kick that right leg forward. Right palm comes down, back to lizard lunge. Same way we got there. Once you're there, left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Big inhale. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, lift, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. Inhale, lift, 3-legged dog. Last one, exhale, knee to nose. Hold. Flex the foot, step it between the hands, rise up strong, warrior 3. Take your time to get there. Palms together, hands at the heart. Make all of those adjustments, start to engage the muscles in the back. Crown of the head reaches forward, the gaze is straight down towards the mat. Slowly rebend the left knee as you come into that seated twist. So the right knee comes outside the left foot. You find your way down to the ground. Left hand comes behind you. Right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, either take that hook with the tricep or just hold on to the knee. Take this opportunity to slow down the breath. Gently release the hook. Gaze comes back to the front of the room. And we meet back in Warrior 3. Again, maybe without using the hands. Try to get that right leg straight. And then inhale, rise up to standing for tree pose. Again, lots of options for the height of the right foot. Focus your drishti, your gaze, on one point. And put all of your attention on the breath. As you inhale, arms reach up towards the sky, the right knee comes to the chest, big breath. And exhale, step that right foot to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Frame the left foot first. Keep the right palm down, come onto the side plank on the right. Left arm up to the sky, just 3 breaths here, make it good. And exhale, follow the left hand all the way down to the mat, high plank. Shift forward, come up high on the toes as you bend the elbows, chaturanga, knees up or down. But either way, don't let your shoulders come lower than your elbows. Last breath. Inhale, upward dog, tops of the feet. Engage the glutes. And lift the hips, down dog. From here, we're all going to meet at the top of the mat in a forward fold. So either walk the feet there or float them. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, start to bend the knees. And we'll come into a seat. Keep the feet about hip distance apart. And then bring the hands behind you, fingertips point towards the hips. And start to lift the hips up, reverse tabletop. Option here to send the hips forward and back. You'll feel that stretch in the front side of the shoulders. Then slowly lower the hips down, but this time bring them closer to the heels. And then there should be no effort here, so you're not forcing anything. Keep the feet, the butt, and the hands exactly where they're at. You're just going to inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, maybe bend the elbows just a little bit. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bend. Maybe even close your eyes here. And just feel into this stretch. And start to walk your hands forward. Maybe reach them out in front of you, a little counter stretch in the shoulders or counter release. And then we'll all meet on our backs. Once you're there, you can walk the heels in so that they're close to the fingertips. We'll just do one round of bridge. So ground the heels into the mat to press and lift the hips up. You could either keep the hands where they're at, or you can start to walk your shoulder blades under and interlace the hands behind your back. So wherever you're at with the hands, just make sure you keep a little bit of space between your chin and your sternum. Keep the glutes engaged. If you had the hands held, gently release all together. Reach the arms up over the head. Lift the heels and slowly lower the butt back down to the mat. Hands come back down to your sides or on your stomach, and just windshield wiper the legs for a moment. And then bring the knees together and send both knees off to the right for a supine twist. Right hand on the outside of the left thigh or on the rib cage. Left arm reaches out to your side. And then close your eyes for the remainder of this class. Notice how that changes the perspective. With the help of your hands, bring your knees back up to center. Hug the knees into the chest. And then send both legs off to the left. Relax the muscles in the face, the feet, the stomach. Just let gravity do the work here. There's no need to push and pull anything. Just relax. Again, bring the knees back up to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Maybe rock a little left and right. Massage out the spine. Then take a deep breath in. Fill up the lungs all the way up to the top. Maybe hold at the top for a moment. And exhale, open mouth, let it go. As you come into Savasana, take up all the space you need. The feet naturally fall open. Tuck the shoulders under. The palms face up towards the sky. Feel that length in the collarbone, that lift in the heart. As you completely surrender, not only in the body, but also in the mind. let go. Accept yourself as you are in this moment, knowing that you're doing the best that you can. As you continue to relax the muscles with every exhale, let the breath become softer and softer. And put all of your attention on the breath. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Now let your next breath be deeper than the last as you fill your lungs all the way up. And exhale, open mouth, let it go. Take a couple more deep breaths. As you wake your body back up, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, whatever feels intuitive for you. Start to reach your arms up over your head. Take one last stretch from your fingertips to your toes. And then bend the knees and roll onto one side. And pause here on your side for a moment. Notice how your body feels different now that you've changed planes. Keep the eyes closed as you make your way up to a comfortable seat. Option to sit on a block if you'd like, or just comfortable cross-legged or hero's pose, whatever feels best for you. So we'll do just a couple minutes of pranayama. This variation is called Kapalabhati, breath of fire. So maybe open your eyes and watch for this demo, and then you can close your eyes while you practice it. But basically what we're doing is we're doing a forceful exhale all out of the nose. Everything is through the nose, so the lips are sealed the entire time. So you're sort of just forcing the breath out of your nose, almost as if you're blowing your nose. So it's okay if a few things come out here and there. I'll try not to do it on the camera, but maybe if you're home alone, it's okay. But basically you're going to exhale the air out, and then the air will naturally come back in. So it's not a forced exhale and a forced inhale, it's only a forced exhale. So it looks like this. So So what we're doing here is we're forcing the diaphragm in. So you kind of feel like your body is jerking a little bit. That's why it's called the breath of fire, because you're building that fire within your core. So we're going to do 27 rounds. You can count on your own for your own practice, of course, as well. But close the eyes and then just give it a try. One thing to note, if you are a woman and you're on your cycle right now, your moon cycle, I do recommend that you skip this form of pranayama and just start right in with gentle breathing for a meditation. And we'll join you in the meditation in just a minute or two. So whenever you're ready with Kapalabhati, breath of fire, you can begin. Close the eyes, seal the lips, and begin to exhale. Once you've finished your 27 rounds, take a couple deep breaths. And if and when you're practicing this on your own outside of this video, we do it in a set of 27 breaths, and then you can repeat it a few times. For class today, we'll just do it once. So now we've all finished the breath. You could either keep the hands as they are on your thighs, or you can bring one hand inside of the other on your lap. Sit nice and tall. And relax the shoulder blades down the back. Maybe wiggle the jaw, release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relax the muscles around the abdomen, the stomach. Just get very comfortable in your own body. Let the breath become soft. Oftentimes, pranayama or breath work can ignite different emotional energies. So just allow whatever is coming up in you right now to just be. And through this practice of meditation, this attention training, we continue to practice self-acceptance, self-love. As we try to reduce or eliminate the negative talk in the mind, that self-sabotaging energy. So as you continue to follow the breath, just notice what's coming up in the mind. And without actually attaching yourself to the thought or judging it, in that moment where you catch yourself, that you notice that you're thinking, treat yourself with love and kindness. Let the thought go and come right back to your breath. We start to step into this mental space where we become the witness. We're not attaching ourselves to our emotions. We're just recognizing that they're there. And this isn't easy. This takes time and practice. So just continue this one breath at a time. Inhale. Exhale. Repeat. And bring the palms together, hands at the heart. And take a moment here to give yourself a little bit of extra gratitude for stepping on the mat, for putting in the work, to invest in yourself so that you can pour that love from inside onto others around you. Thank you so much for joining us for this practice. We're so grateful to share this journey with you. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow on the mat. With love and gratitude. Namaste.